Hello and welcome to today's message. As I was mixing the cards today, I could get an energy of the collective have been really working, been working really hard on yourself. I feel there's been a lot of integration of shadow aspects of self. I feel this is really changing you and your outlook on your path ahead. And something that you've been working on is going to grow, and your energy is starting to shift to a new frequency that I feel is matching up and aligning you to your soul's chosen path. So today we have the first quarter moon in Gemini, and first quarter moons are times for commitment and using our energy and working towards something. Where Gemini is a sign of curiosity, communication, and using our intellect, there may be something new, regarding like information or communication that's coming to you. I would say that this may change your sense of direction, where you may need to reassess where you have been placing your focus. This is a time to clarify your intentions and to make sure your heart is guiding your direction. Today, as well, we also have a void moon, and void moons are generally a time where we're supposed to pause and slow down and not to make any life changing decisions at this time. So, with that being said, the theme we have today is multiplicity. So, from looking at this card, there may be a time when you held judgment over others or thought of things as being either right or wrong or black or white. But through the work you have been doing, you are breaking down the barriers of duality, and you are starting to see situations in your life in a non duality perspective. This change in perspective does allow you to gain different insights, as you no longer think of things as either good or bad or right or wrong. As you know, things are just as they are. Um, we do come to Earth to experience polarity in the opposites that we face. And when we learn both sides, we realize that both serves its purpose. And once we learn that the beauty is really in the grey area, like in the card, there is a grey area in between the black and the white, we start to shift our frequency to match what we came here to be. With that, we have the Seven of Pentacles crossing this theme today. So, for you to have changed your way of thinking, you may have had to go through a time of deep reflection. And at times, you may have been uncertain of what direction you should be moving in. There could be fears you have experienced, or you may still be experiencing these now. I think these fears, they could relate to something that you've been working really hard on or working hard towards. When we do work hard towards something and then we feel we're no longer, getting out of it what we've put in, we sometimes feel like, oh, I've spent so much time and energy on this, I've got to make this work. But there may be a feeling of lack or wondering, when or how you will receive, what you believe you deserve. You may be hoping for more money or abundance, as a lot of us are working towards that. But sometimes it is about looking at how far you have come and really appreciating what you've already built. Remember, your perception is really powerful. So if you believe you are receiving the best in your life, you will receive that. But first, you do need to overcome any feelings of lack or any fears that may be holding you back. Because if we do work really hard on something, and we're investing a lot of time and energy, and our frequency could be getting lower because we're basically expecting a certain outcome or something to happen at a certain time. That doesn't always mean that it's not working. Sometimes your efforts, are rewarded in other ways. Sometimes it's just your change of mindset and perception. It's not always a physical thing to show up in your reality. Sometimes it's the internal that we're changing first before the external can kind of, show us that in evidence, So, it does take the 3D a bit longer to kind of catch up sometimes with how far, we've come and how much we've worked towards something. So this could be a shift in something that you may no longer want to put your time and energy in, but because you've put so much time and energy into it, you kind of think, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to carry on. But this may be a time to reassess that and really see if this is in alignment to what you really do want. The card we have representing our conscious thoughts today is the Hunter. I find that quite interesting as well, that we've got, the horse showing up just as we've just entered the year of the fire horse. I will read from the book because I do believe, she has such good messages in her book. They are Kim Cran's archetypes deck, The Wild Unknown, if you do want to look up for it, because she does amazing decks. The hunter hunts. They are on a precise mission with an aim. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eyes. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results orientated. Like the great hunting goddess Artemis, who carries her quiver upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? And is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? Um, so from this, I would say you are really determined to reach your goal, and nothing or no one is really, it's not going to stop you. Your passions are fueling your forward, momentum to achieve. But this is also a time to reflect and really get clear on what it is you truly do want, and why do you want it? Is it something, that truly makes your heart sing? Or are you only doing it for the outcome? Remember, it is the journey itself we should be enjoying. And if you are trying to achieve something that isn't really what you want deep down, then you may come to regret this later down the line. So take a little time to go within this week, do some journaling and really get clear on the why. It is great to have the energy and passion to focus on your goals, but really make sure that the goal is something that is truly going to make you happy. So the card we have representing our unconscious thoughts about this situation is the Great Work. The Magnum Opus shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst the pressure and expectations, we come to realize each alchemist's life is an accumulation of moments in which attention is placed upon a subject within the laboratory. The artist draws a single line, the poet scribes a single word, the rose forms a single leaf. The Magnum Opus card reminds us that the alchemical garden grows from seeds tended to by devoted hands and the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. So, this reading has been very focused on work and achievement. And a lot of us may be thinking, when will I be rewarded for all of my hard work? If you have been focusing on the when, really try and step back and take some time to give attention to the things that are most important to you, like the people and the relationships and that you have in your life. Try to live moment to moment and ask yourself, what would make me happy now? Not in 5 years, a lot of us have 5-year plans, but, try and let go of the need to achieve and, know that all you do every day is part of the great work. That can be anything from watering your plants in the garden, cooking your meals, just making even the mundane tasks part of, your journey. It's all part of your development, and it all means something. You will always receive, what you need at the right moment, but try and let go of the when, as this really keeps you in a lack frequency. And that kind of pushes away our manifestations as well. We need to kind of let go and trust that all happens in the divine timing that it's meant to. This is hard to hear because we try and control the outcome and we're trying to speed things up and we're like, I want my life to be better now. But it starts from within. So it's like your frequency needs to relax and let go and enjoy moment to moment, not like, oh, in a year when I have this thing, I'm going to be happy. No, it won't come into your life until you learn to get happy with what you already have now. A lot of this does come from being grateful, using your gratitude for all of the things you already have in your life. A lot of us do this. We chase after things, and it's like we're never satisfied until we've got that thing, whether that is money, a relationship, whatever it is, a new home. We need to kind of really look around ourselves and appreciate all of the beauty and the things we have in our life now. Even the things that Mother Earth gives us, the people in our lives, our relationships are really important. So if you have been, work, 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 and, all of those things that should be priorities are falling by, you should start maybe giving some time and attention and devotion to those things because they are really important. The fifth card we have represents that which is about to end, and that is 15 set shadow. So within us, we all have shadow aspects that we may refuse to acknowledge. We can't get rid of these sides of ourselves. We need to embrace them and face them so we can really integrate these energies and give ourselves the love we deserve. If you have been taking life too seriously, I think it would be a really good time to bring some light and humour into your life and try and see the lessons you are learning about yourself. Really learn to appreciate all parts of you. We all have light and dark within us. It's about what we decide to show. If you have had problems with anger and resentment, things like that, it's witnessing it, not running away from it, but acknowledging it and allowing that energy to move through you, knowing it is a part of you. But sometimes this can really be about forgiveness. Forgiveness of self or forgiveness of others for what we went through. I've been doing a lot of like inner child work because I keep getting memories come up of my childhood and things that have made me quite upset and things that I've repressed and forgotten about. So if there's anything coming up within you that you may have some anger towards someone, it would really be a good time to kind of look at this, witness it, maybe write it out, and try and see the lesson within that, try and find the beauty within that, because we do come here to learn, different sides of things. So someone might come to Earth and be, someone who is abused, but maybe in a past life they were an abuser. It's like we go through all these different lessons, before we can really become into balance where we live a life of non-duality, where things just are as they are. They aren't good or bad, but we come here to learn the lessons of these, so we can really become in alignment. The next card we have is Eagle, and that represents the future or that which is just about to begin, and that is Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So from this, I would say if there has been something you've been trying to create, but that is out of a place of desperation or a feeling of lack, then this energy is going to hold you back. The eagle here is bringing a healing energy to really help you see from a place of love and to try and move past any limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Try and look at this situation, from multiple perspectives. And if you want to change something in your life, really have the intention to know that if it is for your highest good, then new possibilities will be showing up for you. Remember, you are more powerful than you realize, and your beliefs really do shape your reality. So, if you have been seeing things from just one side, as we had with the first card, multiplicity, it's about, you can see from all different perspectives, not like, oh, I have a bias towards this outcome because this will benefit me. It's about, seeing from all sides. If something isn't showing up for you, what is the reason for that? What is the lesson in that time frame whilst you're hoping for the new thing to show up for you? What could you be doing right now to help your life? Is there something new that you want to learn? Is there somewhere you want to go, people you want to meet with? Try and not just focus on what the outcome is that you truly desire, that you want to show up now. Enjoy all the moments in between because this is part of the journey. So the next card is representing our energy, and that is Star Gathering. Stars aligned, remembering home and soul family. So you may resonate as being a star seed or feeling that you came from somewhere else. I believe we all come from the stars, but we all chose to be here on Earth now for a reason. We all have our own unique part to play, and we all have different gifts and talents to share with others. You may be meeting new friends or partnerships that will help you in different ways, and some of you may be receiving new opportunities that align you to your destined path. So try and keep open and trust that what is unfolding is meant for you. It may not be here right now, but this is a really good time to kind of, rest, kind of let that energy settle. Still, make some plans and do some things you enjoy, but I wouldn't say now is a time of just making any hasty decisions. The next card we have represents what is coming in energy wise, and that's Kepra. Cycles of change, planetary guardian, and spiral dancer. So, since we have entered the year of the fire horse, there have been many planetary alignments that have been shifting energies in a dramatic way. This is going to continue this year, I believe. There's always energies happening in the solar system, but from now, from the beginning of the year to I think the end of April, there is a lot more different aspects coming in. So I think this is having a lot of different, you know, I don't know, shifts in our energy, and it's affecting everyone in such different ways. But there is a lot more that's going to change. At times, you may feel this energy quite intensely. So it would be a great time to practice meditation and in ways in which you can slow down and really listen to your body. You might need more sleep and rest at certain times as well. So try and honor your inner guidance and do what your body is asking of you. Kepara is kind of holding up the earth, and it's all about like cycles. So we do go through different cycles while we're here. And the planets and the astrology does kind of impact this. So this might also be quite a good time to look at your own personal astrology and how the different aspects that we've got coming up, how they impact you and your birth chart. I've done this and it's quite useful. I just look at it week by week. I don't live my life by it, like doing what it tells me to do. But it's quite interesting when you reflect and you're like, oh, this is quite true for how I'm feeling. Because the last week I've been needing loads more sleep and just feeling so drained. So I'm just listening to my body and going to bed earlier. So it could be things like that that you may need to do. So the next card is the Ace of Wands, and this represents hopes or fears. So by working through any blocks or limiting beliefs and letting your body really slow down, you do clear your energy, which this can allow for new inspiration and ideas to emerge. This could come as sudden insights or, a sudden aha moment, which is why taking the time to go within is really important. There may be a new creative idea you receive that makes you feel really excited and gives you a sudden burst of energy. This is major transformation energy. So this energy, can guide you towards a framework that inspires you fully. So really think about what, how you want to use this energy and what gives you the most pleasure. If there is something new you do want to learn or do, then take time each day to incorporate this into your routine. Your commitment to your passions shows the universe that you want it. And by doing the actions needed, things start to align and new opportunities and situations can really show up in surprising ways for you. I think this is a really good energy. And the fact that it's in our hopes and fears, I believe this is more probably a hope. If you have been working towards something and you're starting to get a feeling that it might not be the right thing and that, yes, a new direction is needed, you may be hoping for a new insight or new idea or opportunity to come towards you. Our outcome or key for this is against nature. And I will read from the book for this card. So on some level, we all know when we are going against nature. We recognize it in feelings of impatience and agitation that arise when trying to force certain outcomes. The Contra Naturum card arrives to remind the alchemist they cannot control the uncontrollable. Nature has its way. enveloping us in a wild narrative that we can collaborate in but not dictate. No matter our efforts to manage every aspect of our lives, the mess ensues. Spring is soggy. The lotus requires mud. People do what they do. This card heeds a warning not to fight the flow of Mother Nature or of destiny. Once we loosen the grip of what we think life should look like, a whole new realm of possibilities awakens. Now is not the time to be now is the time to be radically open to what nature has in store for you. So there's quite a lot of messages in this reading today that have, highlighted how hard you have been working towards a certain outcome, and you may be feeling impatient and wondering, when will I receive this reward or achievement? But this is a time of letting go of control and to be open to a new direction or change in your journey. It can feel unsettling, not knowing what is going to happen, but there is beauty in not knowing. And the universe loves to surprise us in unexpected ways. So try to drop expectations of how you think things should go, and learn to flow and have some fun. When we die, we don't care about how much money we had in the bank. We don't miss or regret, not making more money. We tend to think about our loved ones and the memories we made together. So try and really think about the little things that make you happy, like seeing your family and friends and doing something fun together. Really celebrate yourself and how far you've already come. The angel number we had today is 0404, slow down. Balance, power struggle, force, violence, hope, authority, ancestors, restlessness, low vibrations, and warning. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. I think that this reading has kind of said that a bit. Definitely pay attention to the people around you. This may be good to also focus on your body. I had this, just to share a tiny little story, I had this card show up for me months and months ago, and I didn't think anything of it. And then not long after receiving this card, I was nearly in a car accident because, going too fast. So for me, it was literally slow down. So if you are, privy to doing that and maybe speeding sometimes, maybe slow down in that way as well. The animal we have for us showing up today is the cobra. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So there may be something new that you do want to learn. So, I think there is a time for pause here, before things get moving again. So really trying to focus on your foundations, things like your body, your home, and your relationships. But remember to have some fun and maybe, start learning something new. I hope this has helped inspire in any way possible. If you have any reflections or anything that you found in the card today, please share them below in the comments. Thank you, and until next time, bye.